Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel. I'm Nick, and I'm so grateful you've joined me today. Today, we're going to illuminate your path forward. We're asking the powerful question, what's coming for you? What energies are currently manifesting in your life? What new beginnings, challenges, or triumphs are just around the corner? This reading is here to guide you, to offer clarity, and to empower you on your journey. It feels like there is so much waiting to be revealed. As you can see, I've laid out 3 distinct options for you. Each one is a unique portal to insights meant specifically for you. Pile 1 is represented by this stunning quartz crystal, revealing its message with the star card. Pile 2, you'll find this beautiful moonstone, resonating with the energy of the Knight of Wands. Pile 3, we have this vibrant green chrysolite connected to the balance and wisdom of the Temperance card. Now, I invite you to take a moment, breathe deeply, feel into your heart space. Which one of these piles is calling out to you? Allow your intuition to guide you. It's okay to choose more than one if you feel a strong pull, or to simply listen to all 3 and take what resonates. Once you've made your decision, simply scroll down. You'll find the timestamps for each pile in the description box below and in the pinned comment, ready for you to jump straight into your personalized message. Remember, these messages are here to serve your highest good. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and always trust your inner wisdom above all else. I'm excited to see what the universe has in store for you today. All right, so for those of you who felt drawn to the quartz and the star, let's open up your field. Let's look at your energy right now. Let's see what is actually happening in the depths of your soul. Honestly, just looking at these cards as they lay here, it's intense. We have the Hierophant, Judgment, the 5 of Wands, the Devil, and the Queen of Swords. I have to tell you, if you've been feeling like you're living inside a pressure cooker lately, this is exactly why. There is a massive internal battle happening within us right now, and it feels like a literal tug of war between your old life and the person you are desperately trying to become. We start with this incredible tension between the Hierophant and the Devil. This is one of the most powerful oppositions in the entire tarot. On one hand, you've been living under the energy of the Hierophant, trying to be the good person, trying to follow the rules, the traditions, and the expectations of everyone around you. Maybe you've stayed in a marriage, a job, or a lifestyle because it was the proper thing to do. You've been seeking approval from institutions or family, trying to fit into a mold that was never designed for your soul. But right next to it, we see the Devil, and this is where the truth comes out. This is that shadow part of us that is screaming for release. For many of you, this is a connection with a person that feels completely addictive. You know they aren't good for you. You know this bond is toxic or based on obsession. Yet, the magnetic pull is so strong it feels like you're chained to them. You're caught in this loop of, I should do what's right, versus, I can't stop wanting what's wrong for me. And because of this internal split, look at the 5 of Wands energy we're swimming in. It's just so much noise. I feel like your environment has been incredibly chaotic lately. It's the petty arguments, the competition at work, the unsolicited advice from people who don't even know the real you. It's like you're trying to move forward, but you're constantly having to defend your choices to people who just want to keep you in that Hierophant box. You're fighting 5 different battles at once, and it's exhausting your spirit. You're wasting your magic trying to explain your soul to people who are only committed to misunderstanding you. It's a lot to carry, isn't it? But right in the middle of all this static, we have Judgment. This is our wake-up moment. The universe is literally blowing a trumpet in our ear saying, the waiting room is closed. This isn't about being judged by others. It's about you finally looking at your own life with total honesty. You are in a massive period of self-evaluation. You're looking at these devil chains and these Hierophant masks, and you're realizing that the old way of living is dead. It's over. You are being called to rise, to forgive yourself for the mistakes you made while you were sleepwalking, and to finally step out into the light. The 5 of Wands is just the dust being kicked up as your old world starts to crumble down to make room for the new. And how are we handling this? Look at the energy we are stepping into, the Queen of Swords. This is where you reclaim your power. We have officially stopped leading with our bleeding heart because it kept getting stepped on, and we have picked up the sword of truth. This is you setting boundaries that are sharp, clear, and absolutely final. You've stopped crying over the devil's games, and you've stopped caring about the Hierophant's rules. You're looking at your life with surgical precision and saying, this stays and this goes. If someone is lying to you, you see it instantly. If someone is trying to manipulate you, you cut them off before they even finish their sentence. It might feel a bit cold, and people around you might even say you've changed, but they only say that because they can't control you anymore. You are reclaiming your mind, you are reclaiming your truth, and you are finally ready to speak it out loud. Now let's move even deeper into this energy, because we need to see what is actually manifesting on your path. What is standing right on your doorstep, waiting for you to open the door? Looking at these next 5 cards, the Six of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Lovers, and that sharp Five of Swords, I feel the atmosphere shifting. It's moving from that internal battle we just talked about into something very real, very physical, and very unavoidable. We are moving from the feeling stage into the happening stage. For so many of us, we've been lingering in this Four of Cups energy for what feels like forever. You can almost smell the stagnation here. You know that feeling where you're just bored. Bored with the drama, bored with the routine, maybe even bored with the person you've been losing sleep over. You're sitting there staring at the 3 cups in front of you, the things you already have, and they just feel empty. You've been so focused on what's missing, or perhaps so guarded because of the 3 of Swords pain we saw earlier, that you haven't even noticed the divine hand offering you a 4th cup from the clouds. You've been in an emotional fog, just going through the motions, answering texts out of habit, but your heart hasn't really been in it. You've been waiting for a reason to care again, and that reason is exactly what's coming next. Look at the card that is about to shatter this boredom. The Ace of Swords. This is a breakthrough of massive proportions. This isn't a gentle suggestion. This is a lightning bolt. What is about to happen in your life is a moment of sudden, brutal clarity. You are going to receive a piece of information or have a realization about a situation that is so sharp and so undeniable that it will be impossible to go back to being that bored person in the Four of Cups. It's like the universe is finally handing you the key to your own handcuffs. You're going to wake up and just know exactly what needs to be cut away. Whether it's a truth about a partner, or a truth about your job, or a truth about your own worth, the fog is lifting, and you're going to see the landscape of your life with surgical, cold precision. No more excuses. No more, maybe, just the raw, uncut truth. And this breakthrough is going to ripple out directly into how we exchange energy with others. Because we have the Six of Pentacles and the Lovers standing right here. This is where it gets very real for our relationships. The Six of Pentacles is the card of balance. It's about the scales finally being leveled. If you've been in a connection where you were the one doing all the heavy lifting, that is about to reach a breaking point. You know what I'm talking about. You're the one who always texts first. The one who does the emotional labor. The one who gives and gives while the other person just takes. The Ace of Swords is going to show you this imbalance so clearly that it will hurt. With the Lovers following right behind, we are talking about a major soul-level choice. For those of us who are single, a significant new connection is approaching. Someone who mirrors your new, higher vibration. But for most of you, this is about a choice within an existing bond. You're going to be looking at this person and asking the hard questions. Is this a partnership of equals? Are we truly choosing each other, or are we just choosing the convenience of not being alone? This is a moment of divine alignment where you have to choose what is healthy for your soul over what is simply familiar. The Ace of Swords is giving you the courage to make that choice, even if it feels terrifying to walk toward that new horizon. But I have to be completely honest with us. The universe is going to give us one final test before we reach that harmony, and that's the Five of Swords lurking at the end of this sequence. As you step into your truth, as you start making these big lovers choices and setting those Six of Pentacles boundaries, you are going to encounter resistance. The Five of Swords is the energy of winning at all costs. When you stop being the unlimited giver and start demanding balance, someone in your environment is not going to like it. People who benefited from your silence or your Four of Cups apathy might try to pull you back down. They might try to spark an argument, use gaslighting, or play dirty just to make you feel small again. They want to win the argument, even if it means losing the relationship. This card is our divine warning. Do not get dragged into the mud. You have just gained this beautiful, sharp Ace of Swords clarity. Don't waste it on petty ego battles with people who aren't even on your level anymore. In the Five of Swords, even the winner looks miserable and alone. If someone tries to trigger you, remember that you don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. You are choosing your battles wisely now. You are realizing that some people would rather be right than be happy. And you are choosing happiness. You are choosing the path of the Lovers, and that means leaving the Five of Swords energy behind in the dust. You're walking away with your head held high, knowing that the only way to win is to refuse to play their game. Now, as we navigate this breakthrough and this sudden surge of truth, we have to talk about our next steps. How do we actually handle this? What does the universe want from us right now? When I look at this next row, the Queen of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, the Three of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and that incredible Queen of Wands, it tells a story of profound emotional alchemy. It's a roadmap for taking our deepest wounds and turning them into our greatest source of power. The very first thing the universe is asking us to do is to step into this Queen of Pentacles energy. This is our primary guidance right now. Return to yourself. We've spent so much energy lately looking outward, haven't we? We've been so consumed by the devil connections, the Five of Swords drama, and the chaos of everyone else's expectations that we've completely neglected our own garden. The Queen of Pentacles is calling you back home to your own body, your own space, and your own peace. She's whispering that before you make those big lover's choices, you need to feel safe in your own skin again. This is the time to ground yourself. Focus on your finances, your health, your home. Cook yourself a nourishing meal. Spend time in nature and remind yourself that you are stable and supported. Don't act out of panic or a feeling of lack. Act from a place of abundance. When you are grounded like the Queen of Pentacles, you become unshakable. And that is exactly the foundation you need for what's coming next. But as we do this grounding work, we have to be brave enough to look at the Three of Swords. I'm not going to lie to you, this is a heavy energy. For many of you, that Ace of Swords truth we talked about earlier has left a sting. There is a real sense of heartbreak here. It's that sharp, cold realization that someone you loved or a situation you trusted wasn't what you thought it was. It's the pain of the mask falling off. Some of you are carrying a wound that is still very raw, still very fresh. Maybe you're realizing that the person you gave everything to was never actually going to meet you halfway. It's a piercing feeling, isn't it? It's that moment where the truth doesn't just set you free, it hurts. But look at what is sitting right next to that pain, holding our hand, the Page of Cups. This is so beautiful. This tells me that even though our heart has been pierced, our spirit has not been broken. Our inner child, that soft, intuitive, hopeful part of us, is still there, holding out a tiny cup, asking us to still believe in the beauty of life. The advice here is so vital. Do not let the Three of Swords turn you cold. It's so easy to build a wall around a wounded heart and say, I'm never letting anyone in again. But the Page of Cups is asking you to keep the door of your heart just a little bit ajar. Don't let the betrayal of others turn you into someone cynical. It's okay to cry. In fact, the Page of Cups wants you to cry, because those tears are what will wash the wounds of the Three of Swords. We're not ignoring the pain. We're healing it with gentleness and curiosity. And then, once we've done that emotional work, look at the sudden massive shift in gears. We move into the Knight of Swords. And let me tell you, once you start this healing process, your momentum is going to be unstoppable. This Knight is your no more BS energy. After all that boredom in the Four of Cups and the heartache of the Three of Swords, you're going to find this incredible, sharp mental focus. You're going to find your voice again. The Knight of Swords doesn't hesitate. He sees the truth and he charges toward it. You're going to start speaking your mind with a level of courage that might even surprise you. You're moving toward your goals, your career, and your new life with such speed that the petty arguments of the past will just be a blur in your rearview mirror. You finally decided that life is too short to wait for people to get it or for situations to fix themselves. You are taking the lead. And here's the most magnificent part of our journey today. Look at where all of this, the grounding, the healing, the fast action, is leading us. It is leading us straight to the Queen of Wands. My goodness, look at her. This is who you are becoming through this entire process. You are transforming from the Queen of Pentacles, who is quiet and grounded, into the Queen of Wands, who is radiant, magnetic, and completely on fire. This is your destiny. You are moving into a phase of your life where you are the most attractive, confident, and powerful version of yourself. People are going to look at you and wonder what changed. They'll see that black cat at her feet. That's your intuition, your shadow side. And they'll realize you finally mastered it. You're no longer afraid of your own intensity. You're no longer dimming your light so that others don't feel insecure. You are taking all that Three of Swords heartbreak and using it as fuel for your creative fire. You're not just getting by anymore. You're leading. You're creating. You're inspiring. You are becoming a person who doesn't just wait for the light. You are the light. And now we come to the most sacred part of our journey together today. This is the culmination of everything we've discussed. The final word from the divine. Let's look at what the universe, that higher intelligence that brought you to this very moment, wants you to know. What is the ultimate message for us? As I look at these three final cards, the Three of Wands, the Two of Swords, and finally the Magician, I feel a sense of immense peace settling over the reading, but also an incredible, booming call to power. The universe is looking at you right now, in the midst of all this change, and it's saying, the waiting room is officially closed. It's time to step into the light. For so long, we've been lingering in this Two of Swords energy. Let's really talk about this because I know how heavy and suffocating it feels. You see the figure on the card, blindfolded, arms crossed tightly over the chest, holding two heavy, balanced swords. This is exactly where you've been living. It's that state of mental paralysis, that deadlock where you feel like you're standing on the edge of a cliff, but you're too afraid to move in any direction. You've been trying to make a choice about a partner, about a career move, about your own happiness, but you've been so terrified of making the wrong move that you've made no move at all. You've been blocking your own intuition, haven't you? You've been telling yourself, I don't know what to do, or I'm waiting for a sign. But the truth is, you do know. Your soul has known the answer from the very beginning. You just don't like what the truth is asking you to sacrifice. The Two of Swords is a defensive posture. You've been protecting yourself from a reality that you think will be too painful to face. But the universe is whispering to you right now, take the blindfold off. Even if the light stings your eyes at first, the truth is your only way out. You cannot find the new path if you refuse to look at the map. The stalemate ends today. And look at what happens the moment you decide to drop those heavy swords and finally open your eyes. We move straight into the glorious energy of the Three of Wands. My goodness, the shift in frequency here is absolutely breathtaking. The Three of Wands is a card of the visionary. This is your future. This is what's waiting for you on the other side of that Two of Swords hesitation. The universe wants you to know that your rewards, your new opportunities, your soul-aligned connections are already on their way. They are already on the horizon. Everything you've worked for, every tear you shed during that Three of Swords heartbreak, and every night you spent wondering if things would ever get better, it wasn't for nothing. You are standing on the precipice of a brand new world. The Three of Wands is telling us, expand your horizon. Stop looking at the ground. Stop looking at the petty Five of Swords drama right in front of your feet and start looking at the vastness of your own potential. You are being called to a much higher perspective. Your life is about to get so much larger, so much deeper, and so much more meaningful than the devil chains you used to wear. And then we have the final word, the ultimate answer to every question we've asked today. The card that ties your entire story together and hands the power back to you, the Magician. I want you to really take a moment to sit with this. You are not a victim of fate. You are not a bystander in your own life, just waiting for things to happen to you. The universe is handing you the title of the Magician. The message here is loud, clear, and undeniable. You have everything you need to create the life you want. You aren't missing a single piece of the puzzle. You have the wisdom of the Queen of Swords, the fire of the Queen of Wands, the healing of the Page of Cups, and the stability of the Queen of Pentacles. You are the bridge between the spiritual and the material. The universe is saying, you are the miracle. Every resource you need, the money, the love, the clarity, the strength, it is all already on your table. You just have to start creating. You are the architect of this new chapter of your life. You aren't just surviving the changes. You are manifesting them. The power is back in your hands. It never really left. You just forgot you had it. But today, the blindfold is off, the ships are docked, and the Magician is ready to work. I am so incredibly excited to see what you build. We have traveled so far today, haven't we? We've gone from the heavy chains of the devil and the rules of the Hierophant, through the fire of truth and the tears of healing, all the way to the throne of the Queen of Wands and the infinite power of the Magician. Your life is changing right now, in this very second. It might feel chaotic and it might feel scary to let go of the old structures that used to define you, but please, trust this process. Trust the universe. You are being cleared out so that you can be filled up with something much more beautiful. Does this resonate with you today? Does this feel like the message your soul was searching for? I would truly love to hear about your journey and how these energies are playing out in your life. Please, leave a comment below. Tell me which cards hit home for you. I read your stories and they mean the world to me. And if this reading helped you find even a little bit of clarity or light today, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps me keep this sacred space open for all of us, and it helps the algorithm find others who might be sitting in that Two of Swords energy right now, waiting for this exact message. Thank you for trusting me with your energy today. It has been an absolute honor. Remember, you are the magician, and your magic is very, very real. I'll see you in the next reading, sending you so much love and light. Goodbye for now. Now, for those of you who felt that magnetic pull toward the Moonstone and the restless, fiery energy of the Knight of Wands, let's lean in. I want you to take a deep, grounding breath with me because we are stepping into a very specific high vibration field together. When I look at these cards laid out for us, the Eight of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands, I have to tell you, the energy around you right now is incredibly dense. It smells like success, like the quiet corridors of power, and like the deep, unshakable confidence of someone who has finally mastered their craft. Honestly, my dear, if the previous group was about a karmic cleansing of the soul, you are in a phase of pure material and social manifestation. You are building an empire, and the universe is handing you the bricks. We start with this sudden surge from the Eight of Wands, and I want you to feel the velocity here. Have you noticed how everything in your life has suddenly shifted into fast-forward mode? This isn't a time of sitting around and dreaming anymore. This is a time of rapid-fire movement. It feels like the universe has finally stopped hesitating and has hit the execute button on all your long-term plans. Messages are flying into your inbox, phones are ringing, and opportunities are appearing out of nowhere. But what's truly magnificent is where these arrows are landing. They aren't just flying into the void. They are striking deep into the most fertile, wealthy soil you have ever cultivated. Look at this incredible wealth trinity we have here. The Ten of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles. My goodness, I rarely see these three together in a single spread. This tells me that you are currently vibrating at a frequency of total material security. For many of you, this Ten of Pentacles shows that you are no longer interested in the quick win. You are playing the long game. You are thinking about your legacy, about your home, your family's future, or business structure that is meant to outlast you. You feel the weight of real-world value behind you. Whether it's the support of a reliable team, powerful allies, or the literal ancestral strength of your bloodline, you are standing on solid ground. For the first time in a very long time, you know exactly where you belong in the hierarchy of success, and you aren't apologizing for it. And right at the heart of your energy is the Six of Pentacles. This is where your real-world growth is happening, and it's about the art of the divine exchange. In terms of your work and your finances, the scales have finally balanced. And honestly, it's about time, isn't it? You've moved past the stage of working for scraps or exposure. You know your market value down to the last cent, and you are no longer afraid to state it clearly and walk away if it's not met. You are attracting mentors, investors, and high-level collaborators who recognize your brilliance and are actually ready to invest in it. There is a beautiful, sophisticated flow of giving and receiving happening in your life. Perhaps you are the one in a position of power now, hiring the right people, delegating tasks, and watching your influence expand across the board. This is healthy, thriving capitalism at its best. You are in the flow, and you are doing it with total authority and grace. This leads us directly into that gorgeous Nine of Pentacles energy. Just look at this. This is the self-made frequency in its most refined form. This is luxury, but it's the quiet, old money kind. It's the energy of being able to walk into a room and know that you own your space. Not because you're shouting, but because your presence is undeniable. You've reached a level of financial and emotional autonomy where you don't have to check with anyone before you make a move. You've tended your garden, you've made the right investments, and now you are finally sitting back and enjoying the refined quality of your life. You are focused on excellence, excellent people, excellent opportunities, and an excellent lifestyle. You have become an island of stability in a chaotic world, and because you are so self-efficient, you are becoming an absolute magnet for even more wealth. People want to be in your orbit because you look like someone who has cracked the code. You aren't chasing the world anymore. The world is starting to chase you. But even with all this security, we see the Two of Wands. And this is what I love about your energy right now. You are not a person who settles for enough. You are standing on your high balcony, looking out over everything you've built. Your Ten of Pentacles foundation, your Nine of Pentacles comfort, and you are holding a globe in your hand. This is strategic planning at a global level. You are currently asking yourself, what is the next territory? Where do I expand from here? What new market, what new project, or what new alliance will take me to the next level of my destiny? You aren't looking for a job. You are looking for a conquest. You aren't looking for friends. You are handpicking allies who have the same ambition and drive as you. You are at a crossroads of power. You have the resources, you have the backing, and you have the vision. You are simply waiting for that perfect, quiet internal impulse to launch your next great ship into the unknown. You are a leader, and the world is quite literally waiting for your command. Now, let's lean in even closer, because we need to see what is actually manifesting on your doorstep. What is coming to meet this incredible foundation we've just built? When I look at this next sequence, the Queen of Wands, the Five of Cups, the Tower, the High Priestess, and Magician, I need you to take a deep breath with me, my dear. This is a massive, life-altering shift. We are moving from the planning phase into a phase of total radical transformation. It begins with you stepping fully into this Queen of Wands energy. This is about your fire, your visibility, and your magnetism in the professional world. You're no longer just working behind the scenes. You're becoming the face of your brand, the leader of your team, or the primary architect of your own destiny. People are starting to notice you. There's a glow around you that says, I know exactly what I'm doing. You're charismatic, you're bold, and you're finally ready to take center stage. You are vibrating with the kind of confidence that makes doors open before you even knock on them. But as you step into this light, we have this Five of Cups and the Tower right behind it. Now, I don't want you to be afraid of this, my dear. This is a necessary clearing of the slate. The Five of Cups tells me that you've been holding on to some regrets, perhaps a failed business venture, a professional connection that went sour, or a path you thought was your dream, but turned out to be a dead end. You've been mourning what didn't work, but the universe is about to intervene with the Tower. This is the shock breakthrough I was feeling. Something that you've been trying to hold on to out of habit or fear. Something that no longer serves your Ten of Pentacles future is going to be removed, and it's going to happen suddenly. It could be a sudden end to a contract, a shift in a partnership, or an old structure in your life that simply collapses under its own weight. It feels like a shock at first, but look at the cards following it. This Tower isn't here to destroy you. It's here to liberate you. It's breaking down the walls of your comfort zone because your new empire is too big to fit inside your old life. The universe is forcing you to stop looking at the spilled cups of the past so you can turn around and see the two full ones standing right behind you. And in the middle of this chaos, look who appears, the High Priestess. This is your secret weapon. While everything is shifting around you, your intuition is going to be razor sharp. You are going to have download and gut feelings that feel almost prophetic. You will know exactly which way to turn when the dust settles. The High Priestess is telling you to trust the silence. Don't look for answers in the noise of the world or the opinions of others. Listen to that quiet voice inside that says, this had to happen for the new to begin. You are being initiated into a higher level of wisdom. You're moving from just knowing things to sensing them. You will see the opportunities in the rubble of the tower that no one else can see. You are becoming a master of the unseen forces of success. And look where this leads us. It leads us straight to the Magician. This is the ultimate phoenix moment for you, my dear. After the clearing of the tower and the wisdom of the High Priestess, you are stepping into your full mastery. The Magician is the architect. He has all the tools on the table. The wand of your ambition, the cup of your intuition, the sword of your intellect, and the pentacle of your hard-earned wealth. This is the moment where you realize that you aren't just lucky. You are a creator. You have the power to take the raw materials of your life and turn them into gold. You're taking that Five of Cups grief and turning it into a lesson. You're taking that tower energy and using the bricks to build something even stronger. You are manifesting with a speed that is going to leave everyone around you in awe. You aren't just reacting to life anymore. You are commanding it. The Magician is the go signal from the divine. You have the skills, you have the vision, and now, after the old structures have fallen, you have the space to create your masterpiece. The world is yours to shape, and you're finally picking up the tools. Now, let's get into the heart of the matter. The actual work, the strategy, and the grit behind this transformation. How are we supposed to navigate this, and where is the finish line? When I look at this next row, the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, the Page of Wands, Strength, and the Emperor, it tells me that we are moving from the chaos of the tower into a phase of incredible, disciplined mastery. This is where you prove to the universe that you are ready for the weight of the crown you're about to wear. It starts with this Eight of Pentacles, and honestly, my dear, this is a call to focus. You are entering a period of deep apprenticeship. Not because you don't know what you're doing, but because you are refining your craft to a level of absolute perfection. This is about the 10,000 hours. You're putting your head down, you're honing your skills, and you're obsessed with the details. Whether it's a new project, a new business model, or a new way of managing your wealth, you are becoming a specialist. There's no room for half-baked ideas here. You are building something with your own two hands, brick by brick, and the universe is watching your dedication. It's not always glamorous, but it is the only way to build a foundation that even a tower can't shake. But here is the turning point, and it's a poignant one, the Eight of Cups. To truly master this new level, you have to be willing to walk away from what is good enough to find what is great. This is about leaving behind a path, a project, or even a group of colleagues that you've outgrown. You've realized that while this old cup served you for a long time, it's now empty. There's no more growth there. It's a quiet, bittersweet departure. You aren't leaving in a rage. You're leaving because your soul is calling you to the mountains in the distance. You're walking away from the familiar because you know that staying would be a betrayal of your potential. And as you walk away, look who's waiting for you, the Page of Wands. This is that spark of new inspiration. This is a very special moment. It's a new idea, a new venture, or a new ally who brings a fresh, fiery perspective to your work. This page is youthful, energetic, and completely unafraid of failure. It's the universe giving you a fresh start after the heavy lifting of the Eight of Cups. You're rediscovering your passion. You're looking at your work through new eyes, and suddenly, the path ahead looks thrilling again. It's a message, a seed of an idea that is going to grow into something massive. But to handle this new fire, you need the card that follows, Strength. This is such a powerful message for you, my dear. You are learning the art of soft power. Strength isn't about brute force, it's about the lady taming the lion with a gentle touch. It tells me that in your professional life and your interactions with allies, you are learning to lead with composure and emotional intelligence. You are mastering your own inner beast, your fears, your impulses, your impatience. You're realizing that you don't need to shout to be heard. Your power is quiet, consistent, and completely under your control. You are gaining the respect of everyone around you because they can see that you cannot be triggered. You are the eye of the storm, and look where this leads us. This is the ultimate destination for your energy, the Emperor. My dear, you are becoming the boss. You are moving from the page who dreams to the Emperor who commands. This is the highest level of material and social structure. You are becoming a person of great influence, a person who creates order out of chaos. The Emperor doesn't just work in the system. He is the system. You are taking all that Eight of Pentacles hard work, that Eight of Cups bravery, and that strength-based leadership, and you are solidifying it into a permanent position of authority. You're setting the rules now. You're managing people, you're managing assets, and you're doing it with a level of stability that is unshakable. You have found your throne, and you have earned every single inch of it. You are no longer just a player in the game. You are the one who owns the board. Now we reach the final destination of this journey, my dear. We've seen the fire, we've felt the shock of the tower, and we've watched you ascend to the throne of the Emperor. But what does the universe want you to take away as your final, most grounded truth? When I look at these last three cards, the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles, it feels like a warm golden sunset over a field that is finally ready for harvest. The message here is one of profound patience and ultimate reward. We start with the Page of Pentacles, and this is the universe handing you a new seat. Even though you've reached the level of the Emperor, you are being invited to stay a student of your own success. This page is about a new financial opportunity, a new practical skill, or a new investment that is crossing your path right now. It might look small at first, just a tiny coin in the page's hand. But don't be fooled. This is the beginning of your next big wealth cycle. The universe is asking you to look at this new prospect with fresh eyes and a grounded heart. Stay curious, stay humble, and keep your hands in the dirt. This seed is the physical manifestation of the magic we saw earlier. But then we have the Knight of Pentacles stepping in, and I want you to feel the shift in tempo here. After all the speed of the Eight of Wands and the drama of the Tower, the Knight of Pentacles is here to slow things down. This is the steady hand. This knight doesn't gallop, he walks with purpose. He is the most reliable, hard-working energy in the tarot. His message to you is, consistency is your superpower. The breakthrough has happened, the vision is clear, and now it's about the daily grind of excellence. You are being called to be meticulous with your resources. This is about managing your money, perfecting your routine, and showing up every single day with the same level of integrity. This knight ensures that the success you've gained isn't a flash in the pan. He makes sure it's permanent. You are building a fortress, my dear, and you do that by making sure every single stone is perfectly placed. Trust the slow progress. In the world of the Knight of Pentacles, slow is actually fast because you never have to do the work twice. And finally, we arrive at the Seven of Pentacles. This is the card of the patient harvest. Look at the figure leaning on their tool, looking at the vines they've spent so much time tending. This is you. Very soon, you are going to take a step back and look at your bank account, your career, and your social circle, and you are going to see the literal growth. The Seven of Pentacles is a moment of pause and evaluation. The universe is saying, look how far you've come. You've planted the seeds, you've done the night's work, and now the fruit is ripening. This is where you decide which parts of your business or your life are giving you the best return on investment. You are realizing that your effort has finally translated into tangible physical wealth. The waiting is almost over. The harvest is guaranteed. You aren't hoping for success anymore. You are simply waiting for the fruit to be sweet enough to pick. What an incredible journey we've shared today, my dear. From the fast-paced wealth trinity to the liberating shock of the Tower, and finally to the solid, enduring power of the Emperor and the Knight of Pentacles. You are in a period of your life where your value is no longer a question, it is a fact. You are building something that will stand the test of time, and you are doing it with so much grace and grit. Does this resonate with the path you're on? Does it feel like the confirmation your hard-working heart needed to hear? I would be so honored to hear about your manifestations and your emperor moments in the comments. Tell me about the seeds you're planting and the powers you survived. I read every word, and your stories are the heartbeat of this channel. If this reading brought you a sense of peace or a roadmap for your success today, please hit that like button and subscribe. It helps our community of high vibration creators grow, and it tells the universe you are ready for more of this abundance. Thank you for spending this sacred time with me. You are the architect. You are the master of your resources, and your harvest is going to be magnificent. I'll see you in the next reading, sending you so much grounded power and prosperity. Goodbye for now. Now, for those of you who are deeply drawn to the rose quartz and that beautiful, balanced energy of temperance, let's settle into this space together. I want you to take a very deep, slow breath, my dear, because the energy here is incredibly delicate and profoundly deep. We are looking at a soul that is currently trying to find its middle ground in a world that feels almost entirely misaligned with your frequency. We're asking the universe, what is the current state of your soul? What is the atmosphere you are living in right now? As I lay out these cards, the Four of Swords, the Moon, the Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, and the Nine of Wands, I feel a sense of isolation that is so thick, it's almost tangible. It feels like you are living in a beautiful glass room. You can see the world moving outside. You can see people laughing and talking, and they can see you, but there is no actual resonance. There is no touch. I have to be completely honest with you. You are experiencing a deep spiritual loneliness that is starting to manifest as a physical weight on your chest. It's not just that you're alone. It's that the people you do meet, the new acquaintances, and even the social circles you've tried to navigate lately feel empty. It sounds a bit cynical, doesn't it? But your heart is simply telling the truth. You're looking at the people in your life and realizing they are speaking a language you no longer have any desire to learn. You're starving for depth, for someone to truly hear the vibration of your thoughts and the frequency of your soul, but all you're being offered is small talk, surface level drama, and hollow echoes. It's like being at a banquet where all the food is made of plastic. You're going through the motions, you're being polite, but internally you are starving for a real connection. We start with this Four of Swords and the Moon sitting right at the front of your spread, and this is the core of your current struggle. This is the energy of mental and spiritual withdrawal. You have retreated deep into the inner sanctum of your mind because the outside world has become too shallow, too noisy, and too confusing to navigate. You are currently navigating through a thick fog of uncertainty. I feel you questioning everything. Is it me? Have I become too difficult? Am I too much for people to handle? Or is everyone else just missing the point? The Moon brings up all these hidden anxieties, making you feel like you're walking through the dark without a map. You're craving a change, a shift, a new face that actually makes your heart beat with recognition. But instead, you just find more of the same hollow masks. This lack of genuine connection is acting like a cage, my dear. It's creating a very heavy, localized energy of apathy. You're starting to feel like, what's the point of even trying to open up or meet someone new? It feels safer and frankly less exhausting to just stay behind the glass. And look at how you've been trying to cope with this void. We see the Eight of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. You've been burying yourself in your work, your projects, or your daily chores, haven't you? You've been putting your head down, focusing on the grind, the routine, trying to perfect your craft just to keep your mind from spiraling into that moon fog. You're trying to stay so busy that you don't have to hear the deafening silence of your own loneliness. But the Nine of Wands shows us the toll this is taking on your spirit. You are exhausted. You're standing there, guarded and weary, with your metaphorical arms crossed against the world. You've been mismatched so many times. You've given your energy to people who didn't know what to do with it. Or you've been drained by so many empty interactions that you've built a fortress around your heart. You're simply tired of explaining your soul to people who aren't even listening. Every new person who enters your life feels like another potential disappointment, so you've stopped expecting anything at all. Even the Three of Cups here, which is usually a card of celebration, feels bittersweet and almost painful in this context. It's the energy of being the outsider at the party. You're holding the glass, you're playing the part, you're smiling for the photos and saying the right things, but internally, you feel like an alien. You're looking for a soul-to-soul frequency, a moment of real, I see you, but you're only finding more of that surface-level chatter. This lack of true resonance is creating a stagnant energy where you feel trapped in a life that no longer fits the person you've become. This pressure, this feeling that no one truly hears you or aligns with you, is severely limiting your growth. It's making you feel small. It's making you feel like you're shrinking. You are in the waiting room of the soul, my dear, and the silence is starting to get very, very loud. You are desperately ready for a change, for a new tribe, for a new breath of air, but right now, the walls feel like they're closing in, and the apathy is threatening to swallow your fire. Now, let's look at the shift. Let's see how the universe is planning to break this stagnant silence. When I lay out this next row, the Wheel of Fortune, the Nine of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and the Hanged Man, I feel a massive gust of wind blowing through that glass room of yours. My dear, you are on the precipice of a fated, life-altering breakthrough. This is not just a minor change. This is the gears of your destiny finally clicking into place. It begins with the Wheel of Fortune. This is the universe stepping in and saying, enough. The period of waiting, the period of apathy, the period of being unseen is coming to an end. The wheel is turning in your favor, bringing in a cycle of movement and luck. This card tells me that the external world is about to catch up with your internal growth. Fate is intervening to bring you the new interests, the new plans, and the sudden ideas that will pull you out of your fog. You're about to experience a series of coincidences that are anything but coincidental. But look at what is anchoring this turn, the Nine of Pentacles. This is so beautiful. As the wheel turns, it brings you into a state of total self-sufficiency and grace. You are moving into a space where you are no longer desperately searching for others to fill the void. You are becoming the harvest itself. You're going to find a new sense of joy in your own presence, in your own success, and in your own ideas. This is the energy of a person who is perfectly content in their own garden, and because of that contentment, they become absolutely magnetic. Your joy is about to become your greatest asset. However, to move forward into this new territory, we see the Two of Wands and the Eight of Swords. This is the choice of the threshold. You are standing there with the world in your hands, looking at the horizon, but you are still wearing the blindfolds of the Eight of Swords. My dear, you have been telling yourself that you are trapped. You've been telling yourself that there is no way out of your current social circle or your current routine. But look closely at the card. The swords aren't touching you and the ties are loose. The only thing keeping you in that empty environment is your own belief that you have to be there. The Two of Wands is asking you to decide. Are you going to stay in the safety of what you know, even if it leaves you starving? Or are you going to step out into the unknown? To launch these new plans and ideas, you have to be willing to sacrifice the past. You have to let go of the people and the versions of yourself that no longer resonate. And finally, we have the Hanged Man. This is the card of the ultimate sacrifice. In order for the wheel to fully spin you into your new life, you are being asked to look at your world from a completely different perspective. You are being asked to let go of your need for control. You have to sacrifice what has become stale and outlived. It might feel like a period of suspension, like you're caught between the old and the new, but this is exactly where the magic happens. By choosing to let the old structures fall away, by choosing to stop trying to force resonance where there is none, you are triggering a chain reaction of change. You are trading your old heavy attachments for a new inspired vision. It's a fated surrender that leads directly to your liberation. The fog is lifting, my dear, but you have to be the one to step out of it. Now, my dear, we come to the most important part of this journey. How do you navigate this turn of the wheel? What is the most powerful way for you to move right now so that you don't just survive this transition, but thrive in it? Well, look at the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, the Seven of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Hermit. The message from the universe is loud and clear. Come back to yourself. The journey toward the harmony you crave starts with finding new people. It starts with finding you again. We begin with this Ace of Pentacles. This is a gift, a new beginning, a solid seed of opportunity that is being handed to you. But this seed isn't an external job or a random person. It is the opportunity to reinvest in your own life. It's a call to ground yourself and remember what was once important to you before you started trying to fit into those empty social circles. What were your dreams before they were muffled by the noise of shallow acquaintances? This card is your permission to start a new chapter that is built on your own authentic values. But to plant this seed, you must step into the energy of the Queen of Wands. Dear, I want you to remember your fire. This queen doesn't look for validation, she radiates it. She is vibrant, she is creative, and she is unapologetically herself. The universe is telling you to stop being the listener for people who have nothing to say and start being the creator of your own joy. Reconnect with your passions. If you love to paint, paint. If you love to travel, plan a trip. When you return to the things that make you feel alive, your life will naturally begin to fill with new events and high vibrational energies. However, we have the Seven of Wands here, and this is a crucial piece of advice. You are going to have to defend your new boundaries. As you start to change, as you start to prioritize your own soul, the empty environment around you might try to pull you back. They might not like that you no longer playing the part. The Seven of Wands says, stand your ground. You have to protect your energy. You have to say no to invitations that drain you and no to connections that don't resonate. It might feel like a struggle at first, but you are defending the sacred space of your own transformation. This leads us to the heart of the matter, the High Priestess and the Hermit. My dear, this is such a beautiful, quiet call to go within. You've been starving for someone to hear you, but the universe is saying, first, you must hear you. You are being called to a period of intentional solitude. This isn't the loneliness we saw in the first part. This is sacred silence. The High Priestess and the Hermit together are telling you to tune out the world, tune out the societal expectations, and tune out what you should be doing. Go into your own inner temple. When you sit in silence with yourself, your intuition, your High Priestess will finally be able to speak. She will remind you of the dreams you tucked away. She will show you the paths of the harmony you've been dreaming of. By stripping away everything that was forced upon you by your surroundings, you find the light of the Hermit, your own inner truth. This is how you fill the void, my dear. Not by finding more noise, but by becoming so full of your own presence that you no longer resonate with the empty. When you hear yourself, the right people will finally be able to hear you too. This is the only way to the harmony you seek. Return to yourself, and the world will finally fall into step with your true rhythm. Now we reach the final message from the universe. And honestly, my dear, this is where the horizon finally opens up for you. After the silence, after the withdrawal, and after returning to your own soul, the universe is giving you a green light that is so bright it's blinding. Look at this final row: the Chariot, the Three of Wands, and the Four of Wands. The message here is unmistakable. Move. The universe is telling you that if you want to find that resonance, if you want to find those people who truly speak your language, you need to add novelty and movement to your life. The Chariot is a card of total victory through action. It's telling you to take the reins of your life and steer yourself out of your current environment. This is the go signal you've been waiting for. If you've been thinking about a change of scenery, now is the time. And specifically, look at this Three of Wands. My dear, this is the card of the traveler. The universe is whispering, or perhaps shouting, that if you go on a journey, if you physically move your body to a new place, your life will change forever. This could be a vacation, a move to a new city, or even just a temporary getaway. But the energy is clear. Your soul's missing pieces aren't where you are right now. They are across the water, over the hills, in a place you haven't explored yet. By deciding to travel, by deciding to embrace this newness, you are going to walk right into the path of your soul tribe. And here is the most beautiful part. Look at the Four of Wands waiting for you at the end of this journey. This is the card of home, of celebration, and of deep, soulful connection. For those of you who are single, the universe wants you to know that as you move, as you travel, as you step into this new frequency, you are going to meet a soulmate. This is a person who won't feel empty. This is a person who will resonate with every fiber of your being. The Four of Wands often points to a commitment as serious as marriage. You aren't just meeting a friend, you are meeting a life partner who will nourish you with the kind of love and understanding you've been starving for. Even if you aren't looking for romance, this is the card of the perfect community. It's the celebration you've been longing for, the one where you finally feel like you belong. This new environment will feed you. It will support you. It will be the mirror that finally reflects your true light back at you. What a profound shift we've seen for you today, my dear. You started in that glass room of apathy and isolation, but by returning to yourself and having the courage to move, you are ending up in a place of total celebration and soul-deep connection. The emptiness was only a sign that you had outgrown your current world. Does this feel like the nudge you needed to pack your bags, emotionally or physically? We'll love to hear from you. Are you feeling that call to travel? Are you ready to meet the soul who finally hears you? Tell me your story in the comments. I truly cherish the way we connect here. If this reading helped you find your way back to your own heart today, please leave a like and subscribe to our circle. It helps the energy of this message reach everyone who needs to hear it. Thank you for trusting me with your journey today. Remember, you are not too much. You are just in the wrong room. Go find your horizon. I'll see you in the next reading. Sending you so much love and the courage to move forward. Goodbye for now.